So we have an illustration here which states if the magnitude of the sum of two vectors, if the magnitude of sum represents addition of two vectors is equal to the magnitude of the difference of two vectors, then the angle between the vectors is. So if the magnitude of the sum of two vectors, magnitude of the sum of two vectors, so A vector and B vector, let us say these are the two vectors. These are the two vectors. And what is the problem telling? If the magnitude of the sum, so first you need to take the sum of the two vectors and you need to take their magnitude. First I took their sum, I added them, and now I'm taking the magnitude, is equal to the magnitude of the difference of two vectors. The difference of two vectors. You need to subtract the two vectors and take the magnitude. So he's telling the magnitude of the sum of two vectors is equal to the magnitude of the difference of two vectors. Then the angle between the two vectors is. So as learned from concept videos, the magnitude of root of a plus magnitude of a vector plus b vector is given by root of a square plus b square plus 2ab into cos theta. This is the magnitude of the sum of two vectors. And a vector minus b vector, this is equal to root of a square plus b square minus 2ab into cos theta. From the concept videos, we have learned how to add two vectors and how to subtract two vectors, and we have obtained their formulas also. Now you can square both the sides. So if you square both the sides directly here, so square and square root will cancel out. Here also square and square root will cancel out. So you'll be getting a square plus b square plus 2ab into cos theta is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab into cos of theta. So a square, b square will cancel. Minus 2ab will come this side, minus 2ab cos theta, it will become plus 2ab cos theta plus 2ab cos theta is going to be 4ab cos theta is equal to 0, or cos theta is equal to 0 by anything. 0 by 4ab will be 0. So this implies this is possible only when theta is equal to 90 degree. So the angle between the two vectors is equal to how much? 90 degrees. So option number 4. Next question, the greatest and the least resultant of two forces. The greatest and the least resultant of two forces. The forces are basically vectors, are 7 Newton and 3 Newton. If each of the force is increased by 3 Newton and applied at 60 degree, the magnitude of the resultant is. So the question here is the greatest and the least resultant of two forces. So let the two forces are vectors, isn't it? So in the solution, we can write, let the two forces, which are vector quantities, be A and B, or F1 and F2 also you can take. What is the maximum possible resultant? As seen in the concept videos, the maximum possible resultant of two vectors is equal to A plus B when they're acting in the same direction. And the minimum possible resultant is equal to A minus B, isn't it? And he's telling the maximum possible resultant is 7. So A plus B should be 7. And the least resultant is nothing but 3. So A plus B is 7, A minus B is 3. So first what you do, you find the individual value of the two forces A and B. Plus B minus B will cancel. A plus A will be 2A. 7 plus 3 is 10. So this implies A is equal to 10 divided by 2, which is nothing but 5. A is equal to 5 Newton because it's a force. Now, therefore, you put this value of A in equation 1 or 2, you will get the value of B. Therefore, B will be equal to 7 minus A, 7 minus 5, which is nothing but 2 Newton. So we got the value of A and we got the value of B. Now the question is, if each of the force is increased by 3 Newton. Now each force is increased by 3 Newton. So what will new A become? New A will, I'll call it as A dash, which is equal to 5 plus 3, because it is increased by 3. It was 5. Now you increase by 3. So it will become 8 Newton. And B is also increased by 2. So 2 plus 3 will become 5, and they are applied at 60 degree. So there one more vector is there, which is now B vector will become B dash vector, whose value is 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5 Newton. And they are applied at 60 degree angle. You need to find the magnitude of the resultant. So how do we find the resultant? Using parallelogram law, the diagonal is going to represent the resultant. And what is the resultant value? Root of A square plus B square plus 2ab into cos of theta. So what is the resultant value? Therefore, resultant is equal to root of A square. A is nothing but now 8. 8 square is 64. B is 5. 5 square is 25. Plus 2 into A is 8 and B is 5 into cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree, we know it is half. So 2 and 2 will cancel. 5 8s are 40. 40 plus 25, 65. 65 plus 64, root of 65 plus 64, which is going to be root of 129 Newton. This is the resultant that matches with the fourth option. Next question we have here. The sum of two unit vectors is also a unit vector, is also a vector of unit magnitude. Then the magnitude of the difference of the two unit vectors is. So he's telling the sum of the two unit vectors. So let the two unit vectors be A vector and B vector. These are the two unit vectors. These are the two unit vectors. And then what are the magnitudes? Magnitudes is equal to 1. You can write it as A cap also, it doesn't matter. And B, magnitude of B vector is also equal to 1. He's telling the sum of two unit vectors, the sum of two unit vectors. So I am going to add these two vectors is also a vector of unit magnitude. That means if I add these two vectors and if I take their magnitude, that is also going to be 1. Then the magnitude of the difference of the two unit vectors is, I need to find the subtraction of the two vectors magnitude. So I'll be using the corresponding formulas. So A vector plus B vector, we know addition of two vectors is given by the formula root of A square plus B square plus 2AB into cos theta is equal to 1. And what is the values of A and B? The values of A and B are 1 and 1. So 1 square plus 1 square will become 2. So this is going to be 2 plus A is 1, B is 1. So this is going to be 2 plus 2 cos theta is equal to 1. You can square both the sides. You can square both the sides, so you'll get 2 plus 2 cos theta is equal to 1, or 2 cos theta is equal to 1 minus 2, which is minus 1, or cos theta is equal to minus 1 by 2. So this implies when will cos function be negative? Cos function will be negative in the second quadrant. Therefore, the value of theta will be equal to 120 degree. Theta value is 120 degree. Theta is not asked here, but still I'm just calculating the value of theta. Cos theta is minus half means theta is 120 degree. Now, how do you find the magnitude of A vector minus B vector? We know A vector minus B vector is a root of A square plus B square minus 2AB into cos theta, isn't it? So this is equal to how much? This is equal to root of A square. A is 1, B is also 1, 2 into 1 into 1 into cos theta. So here angle is not required. You can directly put the value of cos theta. Cos theta value is minus half. So 2 and 2 will cancel out. Minus of minus will become plus. So this is 1 plus 1 plus 1, and that is going to be root 3 units. This is the third option, root 3 units.